Well, I guess to answer your first question. Everything went great in training camp, but in the fight, I'm always looking for certain things in the fight. I didn't expect Triple G or any fighter that we have such a short camp to repeat everything we did in the gym or stuff like that, because although you try to get guys closest to the style of your opponent, well, a lot of times you're a little bit off. And Steve Rose, like I say, while he's in there, he started catching Triple G with some shots that it was very uncomfortable for me, because I wanted him to start off with a type of rhythm, with using his jab. But other than that, I think as he got warmed up, you was able to see the little bit of rhythm that he had. He started throwing shots, he started shooting his jab, and he started catching them with shots. And that was the goal, just to start touching them. He ain't had to hit a home run the first time out, just start touching them, and slowly break them down. So that was the goal, and I believe that's what he was able to accomplish.
Steve, did you want him to go rounds tonight? Right. Did you want him to go rounds tonight?
Well, I always told him, in boxing, you don't get paid by the rounds, you get paid by the fight. So if you ended or if it's over early, you just got more work to do in the gym. So that I don't try to take chances and say, you know what, we got a certain amount of rounds ideally we want to go. I said, no, to me, every opponent is dangerous, and the sooner you get it out, the sooner you get the fight over with, the better.
Hey, Jonathan, what was the biggest bad habit that you had to get Triple G out of?
I think every fighter got bad habits. I don't look at him and see what bad habits got to change or what bad habits do we have. I can't think of one fighter that didn't have any bad habits. It's all about what habits what the fighter does, what can the fighter do most that he could be most successful in. Instead of looking to tear a fighter down, the goal is to look to build him up and to look to keep him on a certain level that I know he's on. So for me, that's the goal, is to get him from getting better at doing good habits instead of looking at his flaws and try to point them out, saying you can't do this, you can't do that, because you lose the fighter in translation like that. You know, as soon as you get a fighter, you start breaking him down. If he have any type of self-esteem, he just lost it. And now you got to try. Now you trying to find out why the kid won't throw no punches, because you just took everything he had, he thought was good away from him, told him it was bad. Now you got to give him something to do. So for me, the goal is be very precise, be very on point with what I want to do, but yet you can construct, but just in a mild mannered way, so the kid can learn and still be respectful towards you, and you all can grow together.
Jonathan, in training camp, you usually get an opponent, a sparring partner to mimic Steve Rose's style. Was he doing that looping over hook, well, I don't know, what do you call it, in training camp also, like he did in tonight's fight versus Steve Rose?
Was Rose doing that?
No, it's Triple G doing it to sparring partners in training camp.
Yes, he was.
You practiced that punch.
Yeah, he was practicing. The goal is to get him practicing a lot of different arsenal of punches. That's the goal, to keep going a lot of many different arsenals and different ways to punch. So your opponent can't set and brace for one particular punch, because they don't know what you're about to do. It may look like a straight right hand coming, but if you curve it, then you're in trouble. So that's the goal, just keep the variety of punches up.
John, straight back.
Yes.
When you watch what Triple G did tonight and you think about him being in the ring with Canelo Alvarez instead of Steve Rose, what are the kinds of things that you would want to see him do better? For example, he really, I think somebody mentioned, he didn't really throw a lot of jabs, but he did work the body very well, which he was criticized for in in some of those fights against Canelo. So what sorts of things, if you were planning out, because that seems like that probably would be your next fight?
Well, I think first of all, if this was Canelo in the ring tonight, he definitely would have had a longer training camp. So with a longer training camp, the output and the progress will look even different than it did tonight. I think tonight was a good start with a little base. So you can kind of see the foundation that we're trying to lay. And in order to continue my opinion, in order to build back up a strong, successful house, you must start with the foundation. And that's the goal, just strengthen his foundation. But like you say, if Canelo was there tonight, then Triple G wouldn't have been there tonight, because it wasn't enough time to really dictate the pace of where we want to be and the will together.
And do you think that now until September, whenever your camp would start, is enough time? You know, I've heard fighters say many times it really takes, you know, more than just 1, 2, 3, sometimes, you know, more than that, to actually really get on the same page with the trainer. Obviously, you guys are both pros, you've been around a long time. But do you think you can cram it all in between now and September? What you feel like you need to, you know, teach him or change with him?
Well, I don't feel I need to cram in everything, but just like anything else in life, as you go from day to day, you grow. And I think if we can continue to grow together, that will change the outcome of a fight with that magnitude.
First of all, thank you very much. Thank you very much, all people, you know, who support me today, who come today, because, you know, it's good for boxing, not just for me, for boxing, because, you know, the second step is much bigger. Thank you my team, thank you Garden, family, you know, just my partners, everybody supporting me. I feel great. Just, you know, my first win after my comeback. I feel very happy. My smile all day.
Michael?
Question, could you give yourself a grade, A, B, plus, B, and then also can you tell us about that left hook delivered from the lefty stance? Did you work on that with Mr. Banks, and did you know that was going to be there, or was that a spur of the moment? So first question, could you give yourself a grade, and then can you tell us about that left hook that ended it?
You know, just... Я не могу себя сейчас оценить. Как я себя могу оценить? То есть вы должны это сделать.
How can I grade myself? You should grade me.
I feel not bad. Just, yeah. I want to try maybe a little bit boxing, you know, just not so interesting. First couple of rounds, still like nothing, you know. I come like my second. На вторую передачу и начали брать силы это все.
Well, just I shifted from the first gear to the second gear, and then I started from that on.
You know, I mean, Triple G.
Yeah.
Straight back, Gennadyi.
Oh.
I was going to ask you about Canelo, since that was the conversation in the ring afterwards, and what everybody has been talking about with Tom and with Johnathon before you got here. How do you think your performance tonight, what he would think about it? He's fought you twice. You know, you scored a great knockout. You worked the body very well. You also got hit with some shots that, you know, the one shot in the second round. Do you think that you gave him, Canelo Alvarez, a reason to say, sign me up? Or gave him a reason to say, you know what, maybe I'm not so interested?
Yeah, I tried today, yeah, you're right. I tried a couple times, you know, body work. You know, just, I don't have time. Just, you know, just only 2 or 3 rounds. This is nothing. You know.
But did you make your point to him, or did you make him want the rematch or not want the rematch? The third fight.
Я не думаю, что я ему показал, что я хочу этого боя, самое главное. То есть, ну и все, я думаю, что все хотят этот бой увидеть. То есть, когда бой будет он следующий, как можно отталкиваться даже от этого боя? Это совсем разные вещи.
So I don't think I show him. I wanted to show him, demonstrate anything. This is a different story. This fight and our fight. Let's not even talk and compare this fight to our fight.
Gennadyi, this question is for Gennadyi Golovkin. Xavier Porter, BrooklynFights.com. She can file in the building. Over here, Gennadyi.
Yeah.
Triple G this way, to the left. Here we go. Same way you threw the left hook. Over here. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Quick question. You mentioned after the fight, in the post-fight comments that you said after the second round, you kind of, realized that you had him, that you was ready to take him out. Was the strategy, or did you feel as if that you were beginning to, break him down in the sense that he started to open up to allow you to land your power punches even easier?
Yeah, I feel him. I feel distance. I feel timing. After the second round, I come back to my corner, I tell Johnathon, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Because, he's a little bit open, I give him a little bit couple chance, he's open, I see just next round, I start working, just so close fight, so when they have a lot of time, just 3 rounds, it's nothing.
4 rounds, how do you rate his power? Because you did get hit a few times in the ring.
Don't feel it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, this is boxing.
Yeah.
Gennadyi, great performance. Dan Canobio with CompuBox TV. I don't know if you saw this tweet. Oscar De La Hoya tweeted after the fight, nice, with the thumbs up emoji. A comeback win. Now fight a real fighter, win a belt. I'll consider doing a 3rd fight. Hashtag Canelo is your boss. I want to see your thoughts on that.
Вообще ничего думать. He talks so much, he back talk, and I'm thinking about what he said Oscar. I'm thinking about что он делает, как он выглядит. Вообще это не интересно.
Not really interested what Oscar is doing, what Oscar is saying, but I'm not really interested in that at all.
Я не увлекаюсь мужчинами. Мне вообще без разницы.
I don't really like, following men. I'm not about following men at all.
So safe to say you're not going to tweet anything back?
Нечего, что ему сказать? То есть,
What do you think I should write him back?
Maybe say I'm my own boss.
You're a smart guy. What would it?
Maybe say something back. Maybe, hey, I'm my own boss.
Come on, he doesn't know me. Yeah.
I think that's a lot of posturing from Oscar.
This is hype, this is hype today. Oscar, forget it.
And it's clearly the biggest fight for Canelo is Triple G. There's no denying that. And before we get to the next question, I just want to acknowledge Ali Akhmedov, who had also a tremendous performance on the show tonight. Ali also trains with Johnathon Banks. Max Golovkin actually was a chief trainer because it was the co-feature, right, before the fight, but Johnathon is his trainer, and Ali had a breakout performance also as the co-feature. So now everyone up here on the podium is open for questions.
Hey Gennadyi, if you can't get the fight with Canelo next, will you be willing to fight Demetrius Andrade, which is another big name in your division? And also, before you answer that question, there's another middleweight out there. He's on the other side of the fence, but I have to bring him up, Jamal Charlo. What do you think about a potential fight with Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo?
Они очень интересны, то есть я вот сегодня сделал первый шаг, то есть в приоритете у меня лучшие бои, лучшие имена. Если они останутся на тех же позициях, что и сейчас, мы сразу же будем разговаривать с ними.
Yes, very interested. Those both are very interesting fighters, and my priority, if they still want to fight, we'll talk to them.
Who would be a tougher fight for you between Charlo and Demetrius Andrade?
Сейчас после рекламы для них идет, они просто стоят, каждый на своей позиции, как можно сказать. Пусть они между собой боксируют, тогда мы поймем, кто из них выше, кто из них стоит выше. Сейчас я как могу сказать?
I don't want to advertise any of them. Two different fighters. Let them fight each other, then I'll tell.
I can't right now. В первую очередь стоят больше, чем мы сейчас будем говорить, а возвращаться к такому, то есть поднимать какие-то имена.
Already answering this question, there are some undefeated young, interesting fighters. Then they should be a priority, not to come back to those fighters we already know.
I was going to say Sulecki's, Andrade is undefeated. That's why I figured.
Я говорю, он стоит в том же ряду, что в принципе и Чарло. И, ну как вот сейчас вот я вам скажу, давайте я буду драться с Андрадо, а что Чарло, сейчас вот люди начнут раскачивать за Чарло. Я скажу, буду драться с Чарло, будут говорить за Андрадо. То есть, ну я сейчас не найду с вами то есть, общий язык. Вы сейчас провокационные вопросы задаете. Кто из них будет готов, обязательно мы, то есть сейчас в приоритете стоит Канело. Если не Канело, то будем разговаривать с ними.
It's kind of a provocative question because if I said Andrade, you know, then Charlo will ask why not Charlo. If I say Charlo, Andrade say why not Andrade. Now priority is Canelo, so then we can talk about others as well.